Hey guys, welcome to this video where we are going to go over the answer short question from the speaking section. So let's get into it. So what to expect? So you will get a question and you need to give a simple and short answer to that question. There will be around 11 questions that are played in this section, and most of the questions that you get are going to be like general knowledge in nature or things that you've probably learned about in school or just come across in daily life. There may be two or three options given in a few questions. Let's get to how you are scored. So it's very straightforward. You get 1 mark for every correct answer, and you get 0 for every incorrect answer. So it's pretty straightforward there. No surprises. Let's move on to the next slide. Now, keep in mind that there is no use in speaking extra. Marks are avoided for a short and accurate answer. So there are no extra marks for speaking additional words. So just keep it short. People often ask me like, do I need to answer in the form of a sentence? The answer is no. Usually just one word or maybe a couple of words is good enough for your answer. So for example, if the question is how many sides does a pentagon have, you can just say 5. You don't need to say a pentagon has 5 sides. Okay, so keep your answer short. You don't get any extra marks for speaking extra. If you wait for more than 3 seconds, the recording will stop and the item status will change to completed, which means that you have lost your chance to give your answer. So keep this in mind that you only have a 3-second window until, like, after the question is played, you only have 3 seconds for you to start speaking and record your answer, or the system stops recording and moves on to the next question. So you need to be quick and don't spend too much time overthinking here. If it's a question with options given, try to copy the pronunciation of the speaker. So an example is, suppose the question is, are animals that give birth to live young termed as mammals or reptiles? So the correct answer is mammals here, but you just want to copy the pronunciation of the speaker. So however the speaker pronounced mammals, you want to pronounce it the same way. Finally, this is an important tip. For questions without options, you may give two answers as well if you're unsure. So, for example, if the question is, what does an optician deal with? And you're not really sure, you're maybe stuck between spectacles and glasses, you can give both of them as your answer. So, you can say spectacle or glasses as your answer. And also keep in mind that Pearson will pick up the correct answer from what you said. For certain questions, Pearson has a set of more than one acceptable answer. So, for example, in this question, both of these answers, spectacle and glasses, are considered acceptable by Pearson. You'd get a correct mark if you give either one of them as your answer. So keep that in mind and try not to get stuck. You want to always ensure that you give some sort of answer for the question. That's pretty much it for the answer short question. I'll give you some tips regarding repeated questions, which is super important. So just checking from a scoring perspective, for the speaking section, it contributes to around 3% of your scoring, and for the listening section, but it contributes around 9% of your scores. So 9% of your scores come from answer short questions. So it's an opportunity for you to pick up valuable points in the listening section. In the answer short question. And a quick way to ensure that you do well is by doing the repeated questions. Now, instead of doing repeated questions from the actual tool from this website that we recommend, APUni, I would recommend that you use their prediction files, which you can get from their download section. If you just download this file, you will get something like this, where they have around 300 questions and answers that you can refer to quickly. So rather than going through all the prompts and listening to the audio, you can just go through this list maybe in a couple of hours, and that will ensure that if there are any kind of questions that you did not know the answers to, you now know the answers to. Okay, there's a very high likelihood that you would get questions from this list. So make sure you do it and spend some time going over it, because it can greatly add to your listening scores. I've noticed some instances in the past where people have a low listening score, and it's because they haven't done the answer short question very well. Okay, so make sure that does not happen to you. Cool. That's it for this video.